for a quick of our Torah. This Shabbat is Shabbat Zachor, the Shabbat of remembrance. It's something important for us to remember. We'll be reading the portion of Amalek, and this is a mitzvah from the Torah. We always have to remember Amalek. So the question comes up, why is this so important? And if you look, and it comes just before Purim, because we know the story of Purim is what? Haman wants to murder all the Jews, and the Megillah makes it a point that he is descended from Amalek, from Agagi, from King Agag, who was from the nation of Amalek. Well, we won't go there. Anyway, the point is that we have to do Parshat Zachor. So why is it so important to remember these bad things? Because we have to look, though, at the philosophy behind Amalek. Amalek, basic number one, he said, it's either me or the Torah. This world cannot contain both. And the Jewish people are the representatives of the Torah. The second thing we have to remember, by the way, Amalek was open and above board about his what he was going to do. He said it openly. And one of the interesting things about our enemies, the ones who want to murder us, they say it. We don't have to imagine it. We don't have to put one and one and get two. They say it. They do the math for us. When Hitler, Yamach Shemo, wrote Mein Kampf, and that was in the 1920s, and nobody believed him. All the intellectuals, all the smart people, as it were, said, "Oh, he doesn't mean that." If you ever read the Hamas charter, they say openly what they want to do. It is not a secret. It's this is a tribute to Benjamin Netanyahu, but I think it's been said before that when when somebody says they want to murder us, we believe them because we've had the experience. So that's one of the things that we have to remember. These people are open. They want to murder us because philosophically, Haman said the world is ruled by chance. That's why he did the lots. Okay? To decide what's the big day that I can get away with this. Because everything is chance. The Torah says not everything is chance. God runs the world. And remember, the heroine of Purim is Esther, whose name can be derived from Hester Fanim, or God is in the world, he's hidden. But he still runs the world. If you read the Megillah, you see how everything is being run by God behind the scenes. So that this happens and that happens, everything in the right time. But it's important to remember that this is why we read this. And we have to understand it on both an intellectual level, so we can prepare, but also an emotional level. That we have to stand up to these people. As I've mentioned before, when my wife and I got married, we got married in the Abu Hab synagogue in Tzfat. And the reason I chose it, Abu Hab, the reason I chose it was that there's the Elijah's chair where the godfather sits holding the baby for his Brit Milah. And above it is a memorial to the Jews murdered in Europe. And the caretaker came over to me and he said, "You know why we did this? This is how we respond to our enemies. You not only did not succeed in murdering us, we are still alive, but we will continue as Jews. You did not destroy our spirit." Because one of the things that Amalek wanted to do was destroy the Jews spiritually, not just physically. Much like the communists wanted to destroy the Jews spiritually. Oh, you can exist, just can't exist as Jews. And our answer to all these is that we will continue as Jews to do mitzvot. because we know spiritually we have to be aware of all this. Something to think about. Okay, Kaddish Rabbanan.